So long, Mach 1. You have been an outstanding car. I've enjoyed every minute of
Bye-bye.
ownership.
Bye-bye, buddy.
Here's a little spy footage that Danny Johnson got of me doing the deal to sell my '04 Mach 1 Torch Red 40th anniversary car. I really love this car. I bought it a few years ago because of my situation. I needed a better daily driver than my supercharged Bullet with 410 gears that was getting about 16 miles to the gallon. I was starting to commute more because of where we had moved, and I needed a car that got a little bit better gas mileage and one that I didn't feel bad about driving all the time, because the Bullet had a forged rotating assembly and cams and all this stuff that I didn't really want to put a lot of miles on. So I bought this red Mach 1 and I really enjoyed every minute of owning it. It was higher mileage. I bought it with 143,000 miles on it, and right now it has 165,000. So I put a lot of miles on it, but it has run fantastic. I put a water pump on it. That's the only thing it's needed. You know, I lowered it, put caster camber plates, the deep dish Mach 1 wheels, the honeycomb deck lid panel, and the 40th anniversary badge on the back. Changed some of the interior upgrade package things, like added the headrests, and you know, changed the shifter bezel and the radio bezel for a nicer one. I done a lot of nice little things to the car, plastied up the rear valence, but anyway, I really enjoyed the car, and it ran very well. The previous owner had done new brakes and radiator and a new Hydro Boost for the brakes and a whole bunch of stuff. So the car really didn't need anything. It's been an excellent car for the last couple of years. It ran absolutely flawless. It was very smooth. I added the SLP exhaust and it rumbled and sounded amazing everywhere I went. I look forward to driving it every single day. When I first found the car for sale, I didn't need to buy it, and I wasn't really looking to buy the car, but I thought, you know, I'd love to have another daily driver and enjoy a Mach 1 for a little while. And I promised my wife that I would sell it once we bought our new house and once we moved, and I didn't need to commute as far and everything, and that's what's happening right now. As well as, you know, I'm building up my red Cobra right now with a big blower swap and return fuel system and all the things that I need to do with it. So I told my wife that I get rid of a couple of Mustangs to make that happen, so it wasn't, you know, so much money all at once on the cars, because I've spent a lot of money on all my cars, as you can tell, and my wife has been very good to let me do all that. I've become extremely attached to this car. I've fallen in love with it. I have told myself that I wasn't going to sell it now, and I would entertain so many offers, and so many people would lowball me, and then I would agree on a price and they'd never show up. So many people wanted to buy the car on payments. You just wouldn't believe what a hassle it's been over the last year that I've had the car listed, and I've taken that listing down a couple of times because I just felt bad and I just wanted to keep the car. And I really didn't need to sell it financially. I just told my wife I would, and you know, if I wanted to move on and buy the red Terminator, which I did, I told my wife I would get rid of a couple cars, and so I have reasons to sell the car. It's not like I didn't like the car. I absolutely love this car. I loved my yellow Mach 1 too, and I sold that one, and I miss both these cars very dearly right now. Luckily, I still have my blue Mach 1 and the 98 Cobra to drive around a little bit, and I have my two Terminators, and so there's no shortage of Mustangs around here, but this car, the bright red, you know, the great condition it was in, for the mileage especially, was a car that I loved driving and I look forward to driving every day. This is the picture of the last time I washed it just a couple days ago. Even if it would get rained on just slightly, I made sure to wash it and keep it clean all the time. And as I'd wash it and I would enjoy how beautiful and bright the car was, I told myself, you know what, forget it, I'm not selling the car. You know, I go for a nice drive and say, no, I'm just going to keep this. It runs perfect, it's a great daily driver, I'm just going to keep it. But deep down I knew, you know, I'd made a promise to my wife and I need to get rid of a couple cars, and I told her that if I was going to buy that red 10th anniversary Cobra, I'd sell the Bullet and the red Mach 1 to help cover the cost of it, you know. And so a lot of people wanted the rear wheels off the car, and the guy who bought it said he didn't care for them, and so we negotiated the price accordingly. So I put these GT wheels on the car. So this is just me swapping the wheels over while he was at the bank getting everything straightened out. And I do still have the rear deep dish wheels. And so here are just a couple of pictures of it with the GT wheels on it. And the guy who bought it, he works, in the auto industry, and so he can get tires and things for it. He's going to do things like that, but hopefully he takes really good care of it. He had me drive it to follow him home about 20-30 minutes where he lives, and so this is the last drive that I took in the Mach 1. And he is local, so we'll get to hang out a little bit. I'll still get to see the car. He joined our Facebook club, so our local Facebook car club, so I hope to see the car in good shape and keep a good eye on it. So I am very sad to say that I sold the red Mach 1, but I love the car and I think it's in pretty decent hands. I'll be able to see it around. And, I did realize that this is going to help me get closer to my goal to finishing the red Cobra and continue with the build. It's got a lot of expensive things I'm buying for it, so this will help out with that. So anyway, just wanted to update everybody on the channel, let you know what's going on. Yeah, this is really hard for me, and I told the new owner, how I felt, and he understands. And it's never been easy for me to sell the cars that I've sold lately, like my Blue Bullet, the yellow Mach 1, and this red Mach 1. They're cars that when I bought them, I kind of told myself I'd at least like to own it for a little while. I don't have to keep it forever, but I'd get extremely attached to it and get to the point where I didn't want to sell any of them at all. But anyway, that's just what's going on, so I just thought I'd share with you guys.